Alright, hello Wargamers, Inquisitor Nathan here with you today, and I've got something really cool with me. We got the package in a little bit ago, but I've been working on editing video for Buckeye Battles 2017, which is where we last were, so there's going to be a lot of video coming out with that. We apologize for the delay and the cast. Everyone's been super busy. We've got a Nova coming up that we have to prepare for and all of that stuff, so the podcast is still going to happen. It is still going to get back on track. Rest assured that will still be a thing. We haven't just abandoned anything, so we are still here and we are still doing things. But I wanted today to talk about what the store got in the mail over at Hoffy House Games, which is the Fate of Konor. So basically, the Galaxy in Flames Fate of Konor is going to be Warhammer 40,000 global campaign that players who go and game at the regular game shop are going to have a chance to participate in this event and actually affect the global story of Warhammer 40K. You can actually have an effect based on the games that you play on the narrative, and that's super awesome. So this is actually what they give in the box for store owners, and I'm going to go over that a little bit and what this all entails. And then I'm going to talk about a little bit of the contents that I have here in the box. So we go ahead and open this up. And it starts off by telling on January 27th. So mark your calendars for January 27th. That is when the global campaign games are going to be taking place. And of course, we've got a couple local shops around here, so I would recommend checking out what they have going on for the events as well. Don't just play in your local watering hole. Like, spread it out, guys, and go meet new people and be social. And try to incorporate that into your gaming. I think that's important to do. But anyway, taking back a look here, it says, this is going to give customers the chance to influence the ongoing story of Warhammer 40,000. It's going to encourage collecting, building, and painting by giving players certain types of rewards. So it's going to take place in the Ultima Segmentum, and it's going to allow enthusiasts to start writing the story for the conflicts of that region. The two armies involved here that they're highlighting are the Ultramarines, as evidenced by these player reward dice bags they've got in here, and also the Death Guard Chaos Marines. So, pretty neat. These are some pretty cool player rewards that they have going on. I mean, unless you're a Death Guard or an Ultramarines fan, I can see some people are like, oh, well, why is it just those two? Well, they're the ones that are involved in the story. So, don't get too bent out of shape. They're still cool rewards. But yes, so again, getting back on track here, it's taking place in the Ultima Segmentum, and you have a chance to change that narrative. Now, over the period of 6 weeks, it says here, customers are going to be fighting over 6 different planets in the Konor system. So that will be Astoramus, Lobos, Drenthal, Vanator, Konor, and Nathamus. Each week, one of these planets is going to be the center of the battle, in which the campaign at the end of that week will be controlled by either the forces of the Imperium or the hosts of Chaos. Each planet is going to have its own story, a unique mission, and stratagems, which they have included in the box custom stratagems for each of the planets that store owners are encouraged to hand out to players. Just right off the bat, I've got the stratagems here for Drenthal, and the 2 command point stratagem I'm looking at is Fighter Ace. One of your pilots has developed a formidable reputation in the air, their deadly aim having accounted for a frightening tally of enemy kills. Use this stratagem at the start of the first battle round, but before the first turn has begun. If you do so, pick a single flyer model in your army to be piloted by a Fighter Ace. Add 1 to any hit roll that you make for that model for the duration of the battle. That's pretty cool. So that's just one example of these custom stratagems that you'll be able to be using throughout the campaign. Now, keep in mind that it says every planet is going to have a product-related theme as well. So, if customers follow the theme or use that product type, they're going to get double the points for every new painted data sheet that they bring into the store. And you might be thinking, well, what's a painted data sheet? Well, I can answer that question. It took me a while. I'm not even sure I still 100% have it down how these work. But this is a data sheet, a painted data sheet. You'll see here that it'll have the themes that you can check off. And then I'm assuming you check this off with the paint. You turn in these data sheets to get the reward from the store, depending upon what it is or what the theme is. So that's how that's going to work. Very cool. It's very I guess to borrow something from the a phrase from the Long War guys, like a bringing the hobby back-esque feel there. It's something that's super neat, I think, that they're trying to go here with. Now, the themes, I actually do have the themes. They do list out the themes. Week 1 is going to be Start Collecting in Space Marines. Week 2 is going to be Elites. Week 3 will be Tanks. Week 4 will be Psychers. Week 5 will be Fast Attacks and Flyers. And Week 6 is going to be Scenery and Lords of War. Pretty cool stuff. Now, so far I've sort of talked about the Imperium and kind of the Chaos Forces. Xenos forces play a really important part in the campaign as well, because they can actually take wins away from Imperial or Chaos forces, which may decide who's going to control that planet at the end of the week. So Xenos players, Tau players, Tyranny players, you're not left out. You still get to do things and be involved in the campaign in some meaningful way as well. Now, the particular campaign here, it's going on to talk about focusing on activity in the store. You're registering these results, painting miniatures, registering the won games. So only participating stores that have been sent and bought into this program are going to be able to do this. So hopefully, you know, if you, I'm not sure if there's still time. I would imagine that there is. You can talk to your store owner to get involved in the Fate of Konor global campaign and see if they can actually get a box. I don't know if you have to be GW Direct. I can find that out and we'll post that later in show notes. So if it is only available as a GW Direct thing, we'll let you guys know as well. But I'm going to go ahead and sort of move on here through this. It talks about how the campaign works in the store, how to set that up. It talks about your supporting materials, and this is super cool. I'm going to go ahead and reach for this envelope. So the first mission that they have here is Asteramis, and we're going to go ahead and open it up. It is still, we can like replace the seal, but I'm going to go ahead and open it up, actually take a look at the first mission that talks about the stratagems and everything for Asteramis. So it says that it's come under direct and heavy attack from the forces of chaos. Yet it seems that they are not the only threat, for alien forces of every ilk have been reported on the planet's surface. If this is true, their intentions yet remain unclear. In response, mighty armies are mustered to defend the sprawling hive world, and battle is joined in earnest. The armies. Each player must first muster an army from the miniatures in their collection. A player can include any models in the army, but if their army is battle-forged, they will also be able to include or use the unique Fate of Konor stratagems and appropriate stratagems included with the mission. In this mission, if one player's warlord has the keyword Imperium, they are automatically defender, and their opponent is the attacker. If both players' warlords have the keyword Imperium, so if you're both Imperial players, then neither player's warlord neither player's warlord has the Imperium keyword. You're both Xenos, Tyranids, and Tau fighting each other, for example. The players will roll off to decide who is the attacker and the defender. So then it goes on to talk about the battle length and the conditions. I will talk about the stratagems, but I'm not going to reveal deployment, victory conditions, or anything like that. We'll have to wait till January 27th and leave that for a surprise. But the first stratagem is at the double quick, 1 command point. Use this stratagem in the charge phase to charge with a friendly unit that has advanced earlier in the turn. Suppressing fire for 2 command points. Use this stratagem immediately before firing Overwatch with a friendly unit in your opponent's charge phase to re-roll all fail to hits for that unit. In addition, your opponent may subtract 1 from their charge distance for each model in the charging unit that was slain by the unit's Overwatch fire. Pretty cool stuff. So we're going to go ahead and handily tuck back this top secret mission into its folder that should not be opened, that I sort of already opened and wanted to spoil just a skosh with you guys before it came out. But yeah, you can see here, very top secret official Imperial business here. All right, so we're going to put that back. Now they also included these stickers, which I'm assuming again is part of the player reward system that you can use, and probably also for store owners to tag products to encourage players to buy those, like the Start Collecting. This can be involved in the global campaign. We have more stratagems for all the different planets in the box. And let's take a look at these player rewards. I'm actually wearing one of them. to showcase to you guys, which is more wristbands, except these are like the ones we got for the promotional materials for Armageddon, but these are blue instead of black. So they're ultramarine blue, still pretty cool. And we also have pins included for each of the planets. So these are badges. I'm wearing one from each of the planets, as you can see here on me. But as you go ahead and complete missions on the planets, players can earn badges for those planets, and these will be given out as such. A super cool way, again, to get people involved in the campaign. Another really cool player reward that we have here are these punch-out tokens. I'm not entirely sure how they're used because we haven't, as you can see, yet opened them or really taken a look, but I'm assuming that these are all obviously objective markers, and maybe I think these are wounds. These are actually wound tokens. So that's pretty awesome that you can earn one of these as well. I think this is amazing. This is fantastic. They're supporting narrative play. This is going to be really, really a big thing. I think this is going to get a lot of people involved into coming out. So I'm really excited to get started with this. And yes, we do actually have plans to still film and write and film a narrative Armageddon campaign. We will be going and doing that. We also are going to do something like that for the Fate of Konor. They've also included with us here some army rosters, so that was nice of them to do. If you actually use these things, I mean, they're sort of cool. What we do is we laminate them, and then we'll use maybe some of these with a dry erase marker if we want to do quick games. So that's how we use these rosters. But they've included some in this box nonetheless. For record keeping, they've got, of course, your record keeping results sheets for the store owners. And there are rewards. Let's take a look for a couple of moments at the rewards that you can get as player rewards. So again, like with Armageddon, there were these types of player rewards included with Shadow War Armageddon. But there were gold, bronze, silver, etc. These are actual specific titles. You can win a Lord of War award. You can win a Tank Commander award. A Tank Hunter award. Best New Army, Master of the Warp, and then of course Best Painted Army Gold Award, and it goes on, and there's some other stuff in here, silver, etc. And there's another few rewards in the pack that I'm not going to go ahead and showcase, but you guys get the general idea. This is super cool stuff. Head into your local shops, get involved in the campaign so you can get this cool stuff, and head over to Hoffy House Games. If you're local, if you're in Ohio, Hoffy House Games, which is where this kid is from, go ahead and check us out there and come in and play some games. Again, our local shops like Wings, Wheels, and Waves, and also JAC Games, and even the Games Workshop store out in Eastgate, I'm sure is going to be organizing events to do with this. And we hope to be there at all of them and do as many as we can and see you guys out there. So thanks for joining us and taking a look at the Galaxy in Flames Fate of Konor global campaign set with us, and have a wonderful rest of the evening. Thanks, guys.